Fighting games. One of the best ways to throw hands with your friends without actually having to go out back yourself. Let me ask you a question. Are you tired of dropping your combos? Is your friend just owning you all the time and you really want to show him that you got some flashy stuff too? Well, let me go ahead and debunk a myth for you. Combos are not hard. In fact, I'm here to argue that they are just a simple series of rhythms. So, I'm the Dr. Blue. And by the end of this video, you're going to have an understanding of rhythmic theory like you never had before, and more importantly, you're never going to drop a combo against your butt again. You'll be able to go screen to screen and do massive damage. So without further ado, let's get into Base Vegeta's Ki Blast loops, one of the more complicated structures in the Dragon Ball FighterZ, and break it down. So at this point, you're probably thinking that's amazing, and you're absolutely right, and it feels so good to land. About 24 hours ago, I couldn't do it myself. However, you also might be thinking, Dr. Blue, how are you even qualified to talk about this? Well, you're right, I actually am not the best fighting game player. In fact, I'm going to throw up on screen, here's my win-to-loss ratio. You can tell I play a lot, but it's still below 50%, and I wanted to know why. So let me let you in on a secret. I am new to fighting games, but there is something that I do pride myself on being rather adept in. Check it out. The good old years, 21 years old, just rocking out. In fact, I've made an entire career off of teaching music. So let me try to blend these two worlds for you. You're going to need one thing, a metronome at 80 BPM. We're going to go into the deep end real quick, ready? Don't worry, I'll slow it down later. Here's what we're going to do. That was pretty fast, right? No worries. There was a bunch of stuff on screen. Let's break each thing down one by one. The very first thing about learning rhythm is you've got to know how to count it. And you can't count games like this quickly. So let's slow it down. We were at 80 beats per minute. Essentially, that's about, a little bit faster than the clock ticks. Fighting games, however, use frame data, and a lot of that frame data is ready to link, but Vegeta wants to go around 80 BPM. So let's go ahead and look at what this looks like slowed down. Here's 40 BPM. At this point on screen, you're going to see a PDF with the rhythmic notation of light, medium, heavy, and special. My top right is the controller, and the metronome is going at 40 BPM. So there it was again. However, you might be saying, Dr. Blue, please slow it down. Let me do the thing. Okay, let's go even slower. We're now at 20 BPM. I want us to count this together. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and again 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and once you get to the very end, the combo kind of just freestyles from there. You can end it however you want. So let's look at what we're actually dealing with here. Essentially, rhythmic structure is broken down into phrases. What we have with this combo is a simple little 2-bar phrase. Now I don't start the measure until that first medium hits. So let's go ahead and break down the bottom right corner. What are we dealing with here? Well, I wanted to break every note down into 4 partials. We're still going at 80 BPM, but essentially what you're looking at here is 16 notes per row. Those are what we call 16th notes. Now you count them 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and you have it on the bottom as well. The rhythmic notation we're going to use is the fighting game stuff. I use a PS4. I also use Nintendo Switch. You can use Xbox. So there's a universal code you can apply here. Medium, it's usually your triangle button, right? The heavy is your circle. Light, that's usually your square. But these are the damage outputs of each attack. Now, Vegeta's loops use special Ki Blast. The S button that you see on there is the X. It's just your Ki Blast button. So let's break this down and go ahead and play it super slow. Pretty good, right? Now, I'm going to count it out loud with you at the 20 BPM again. Super slow, 25% of the original speed. Watch my fingers and play along. Trust me, play along. It helps. You're going to get it. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and E and 2 E and 3 E and freestyle your way home, right? So. Now you might be saying, okay, I finally have the rhythmic notation. I get that. What does this all mean? How are we going to put this together? Well, let me go ahead and show you. This time I'm not going to count the rhythms. I'm going to let you read it. I'm simply going to say the notation as they appear, the fighting game notation. You ready? Grab your controller. Medium, E, special, 2, light, and light, special, E, and light, 4, light, special, 1, light, and light, special, E, and light, 3, light, and then from there you just freestyle your way out, man. However you want to end that combo, you're good to go. Pretty incredible. Now, I'd be a fraud if I didn't say that you need to be able to do this slowly. So go back, repeat the steps, work your way up to 80 BPM, go backwards through this video, you're gonna get it. But once you get there, I want you to see what it looks like with literally slowing it down and speeding it up all the way through. So I'm gonna put on my button notation as well as a few other things on screen. However, I'm going to take off your training wheels. Cool. Follow along if you can. Check out, there's no spamming. There's no room for spamming. Imagine playing the drums and you're just spamming everywhere. It's not going to sound good. With fighting games, that's the equivalent of just dropping combos all day long. So let's check out the notation. Ready? Follow along. Now, with the metronome, you can go ahead and set it to 80 BPM, and eventually you're going to get it. Practice it away from the game. Practice it away from the game. I always tell my students, hey, your drum set's cool, but your practice pad is the playground. For us as fighting game players, your practice pad is your controller. So grab it, start slow, speed it up, and then boom, what do you have? You have a combo that does like over 6,000 damage, and honestly, it's not hard. It's a little 2-bar phrase, my friends. It's just a 2-bar phrase, and then what do you have? You have the flash. You have the potential to do almost anything. So, are you excited to throw in some loops? I mean, this character is kind of sick, right? Now, I can do this for any fighting game that you guys want. Every fighting game has a specific meter they like to play to, a tempo, if you will. So, let me know. Is there a combo that's crushing you? Can you just not get the timing? I'll break it down for you. Tell me in the comments below, we'll work through it together. So, for now, I've been the Dr. Blue. You're incredible. I'm going to attach the PDFs down below so you can practice on your own time. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe so more people can become pros at fighting games. And I will see you in the next video.
When millions of people stand up and fight back, we will not beat them.
Hey guys, thanks for sticking around to the very end of the video. I thought I'd go ahead and let this notation play out for about a minute longer in case you are labbing and you wanted to like kind of put your phone down, your screen down while you're working on the buttons. Feel free to memorize it. As always, it's in the link below, and you know, have fun with the lab, have fun with the combos, and I will see you in the next video.